Welcome everyone, I am Tamika Lodge-Fenton. Thanks for joining us for the City and Guilds Math and English sessions. We'll focus on averages and range and elementary algebra. The topic for today, we're looking at average and range and also some elementary algebra. Focus of the session, at the end of the session you will understand how to calculate the average, which is the arithmetic mean, and range of a set of data. You will also be able to understand how to substitute values in an equation and solve simple equation. We're still on stage 2 topics and we're looking at unit 210 and 211. Let us review mean. The mean is the average or the norm. Simple, add up all the values to find the total, then you divide by the number of values you added together. As you can see here, you have 2, 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, plus 8, giving you 32 as a total. If you were to count each value, you would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 values, so you're dividing by 7. The mean for this set of data is 4.57. The range. The range is a difference between the lowest and the highest value. So you find the highest value and the lowest values, and then you subtract the lowest value from the highest value. And that is how you'd come up with your range. So for this set of data, the highest value is 8, the lowest value being 2. You would subtract 2 from 8, giving you 6. For this set of data, 6 is the range. Let's look at some points that we can note when we're doing algebra, just some simple things that we should know. So as you can see here, the example we have is 5x plus 9 equal 24. So this particular, so you have the left-hand side and the right-hand side, just for you to follow me. So on the left-hand side, we have 2 terms. 5x is a term and 9 is a term. Now, the 5 that is beside the x is called a coefficient and the x is called a variable. The operation or the operator, what operation is being carried out in this particular expression is addition. And the constant here is 9. Then you have on the right side of the equation 24, which is also a term, and it is also a constant. So those are just terms that you should know when you're doing algebra. So let's just look at those terms again. You have expression. So the expression is on the left side. It is not the complete equation. You have the variable, which is the unknown, the coefficient, which comes before the variable, and the operator, which you should know from operations on whole numbers and everything else. All right, you can always have a look at this on TVJ YouTube channel or onespotmedia.com. Let us go into today's lesson. First question. 5 students play a game. Their scores are 5, 5, 7, 5, and 8. What is the mean average of their results? So remember the mean? The mean is you sum all of the data values and then you divide by the number of values in this data set. So let's do that together. We have 5 plus 5 plus 7 plus 5 plus 8, and we're dividing by 5. So 30 would be the total when you added all that is on top, and you are dividing by 5, and your mean for this set of data is 6. So 30 divided by 5 gives you 6. 6 is the mean average for the 5 students' score. That's what it tells you, and that would be option B for this question. A boy counts the number of sweets in 5 packets. Here are the number of sweets. All right, so what is the mean? What is the mean average number of sweets in a packet? So we have 25, 20, 24, 21, 20. How many sweets? How many packets of sweet? 5. So we're dividing by 5. So if we added all those numbers, would have gotten a total of 110. 110 divided by 5, giving us 22. So the mean for this set of data is 22. So you are asked to find the mean average of the number of sweets in a packet. So on average, you have 22 sweets per packet. All right, so we're still on averages. In 6 visits to the table, a snooker player scores 26, 0, 20, 0, 32, and 8. The mean average score per visit to the table is, and I want you to pay attention to the fact that we have zeros there. Now, I didn't have to include the zeros in the top because you should know that when you add 0 to any value, you retain that value. So 26 plus 0 is 26. So the 0 doesn't change the total. However, I must account for the 0 when I'm dividing by the total number of values that I have in this distribution. So I would add everything, and I need to make sure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 values, so I must divide by 6, even if the 0 doesn't have any, it doesn't really change anything, or it doesn't have any value as you may think. All right, so we have 96 divided by 6 giving us 16. So that means the mean score per visit is 16. All right, so the last question here before we go on a short break. A netball player played in 6 matches. This table shows the number of goals she scored in each match. And as you can see, it's a very simple table. Match 1 to 6, number of goals scored 5, 7, 5, 5, 6, 8. So what is the mean? We would add all the data values that we have, and we would get a total of 36. We would divide by the number of data pieces we have, which is 6. 36 divided by 6 giving us 6. So the mean score for this set of data is 6. That means on average, she scored 6 goals. So let us stop right here. We take a quick break on City and Guild's Math and English sessions. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We continue our math lesson. Now we're going to look at another question as it pertains to range. On a cost comparison website, the same item is on sale at 9 different stores. The prices are, so let's put in a little more scenario for you. So let's say you're asked to figure out how much something would cost for your class, or your mom wants to figure out, you want some new gadget, and she wants you to tell her on average, well, this one is actually the range. What's the difference in prices that you may see on the internet? So you go online and you see that there are 9 different places that are selling, 9 different vendors that are selling the item that you want. And you pretty much want to tell her, well, the lowest and the highest. You want to tell her the range in which the item is being sold at. So this is what it would look like. So the prices you have are $89, $73, $84, $91, $87, $77, $96, $84, and $76. You're asked, what is the range of prices for this item? What do you do? Remember, we looked at it first. Exactly. The range is the difference between the highest and the lowest value. So first you need to identify what is the highest price that you are seeing. Exactly, $96. What is the lowest price? Brilliant. If you saw the lowest price was $73, you're right on track. So we simply subtract 73 from 96, giving us $23. So the range of prices, so what we're saying, the difference with the highest and the lowest price is $23. So the range is $23. All right, next question. On a cost comparison website, so we're here again, same item is on sale. However, it's not 9 stores, it's 7 different stores. The prices are as you see listed here. What is the range of the prices for this item? And you pretty much look at the lowest and the highest value. The highest value for this set is $49. The lowest would be $37. So $12 is the range of the prices for this particular item. All right? So a manager checks the number of customers each hour for 7 hours. What is the range of the number of customers? And as you can see, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not good counting. I don't know what I counted a while ago, but there are 7 different values there that represents the 7 times he would have checked how many customers are in the store. What is a range of numbers? And you should get it by now. Range is equal to the highest subtract the lowest value. What is the most customers they had? What is the most? That sounds grammatically off, but the most they had was 96 persons. What is the least customers? 72 persons. So the range would be 96 subtract 72, and that would be 24. So the range of the number of customers would be 24. All right. So we're here. We're looking at elementary algebra. First question in the algebra section, 3x equal 15. Now, I would like you to realize that we have how many terms on the left-hand side? Only one term. And on the right-hand side, we also have one term. We have the coefficient of 3, and the variable here is x. Let us solve. What is the value of x? 3x is equal to 15. What operation is happening to x? X is being multiplied by 3. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to undo that multiplication by dividing 3x by 3. However, when you're doing anything with equation, you must create a balance. So if I divide by 3 on my left-hand side, I must also divide by 3 on my right-hand side to make sure that I have a balanced equation. So I've now divided by 3. I have x left and I have 5 left. So I've really factored out 3. So x is equal to 5. Let's test if that makes sense. If I were to replace the x with the 5, what would happen? 3 multiplied by 5, 15. So both sides would be equal. And that's how you check if you have figured out the correct value for your variable. All right, next question. The value of a in the equation 2a subtract 4 is 0, equals 0. What is the value of a? All right, so this one has a little bit more to it. It has 2 terms on the left-hand side and 1 term on the right-hand side. So what do? All right, you've seen it now. So you have 2a, which is 2 multiplied by a, subtract 4 equals 0. So 4 is being subtracted from 2a. So we're going to undo that first. The opposite of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to add back the 4 that was taken away from it, and I'm going to add it back to the right side as well. Let's see what happens after that is done. So if I took it away and added it back, it pretty much, nothing has changed. And then 0 plus 4 gives me 4. So 2a equals 4. What is being done to the a? It's being multiplied by 2. And I want to undo that by dividing by 2. And you know how that works now. So 2a divided by 2 gives me a. 4 divided by 2 gives me 2. So for this equation to be true, a equal 2 would work. So let's see. If I substitute where I see a with 2, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 subtract 4 gives me 0. Excellent work. Another algebraic equation, 8 plus 4y equal 24. What do we do here? You should be getting a hang of it, so this should be a little easier for you. So we're always going to do the easiest thing when you're working with equation. So that, how must I say it? So remember when we did order of operation, where you multiply and divide, then you add and subtract. So when you're working with the equation, you work from the other end. So if you have an addition or a subtraction, you do that first. Your division and your multiplication is done last. So let's look. So we're going to subtract the 8 that is being added to 4y. If we subtract it on the left-hand side, we must subtract it on the right-hand side, giving us 4y equals 16. That means when I take away 8 from 24, I get 16. When I take away 8 from 8, I get 0. Good. So 4y is equal to 16. Now I'm going to undo the multiplication of 4 by y, 4 multiplied by y, by dividing. So I divide 4 into 4y, and I divide 4 into 16. 4 into 4 goes 1 time, so I have 1y. I don't need to write the 1, but that's really what it stands for. And 4 into 16 is 4. So y equal 4 satisfy this equation and makes it true. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. Correct. So y equal 4. Next equation here. 3x subtract 3 equal 42. What is the value of x that makes this equation true? All right. So we're going to, first, 3 is being subtracted. We're going to undo that by adding it back. So negative 3, okay, okay, negative 3 plus 3 would pretty much give you 0. 42 plus 3 gives you 45. So 3x equal 45. All right, now we have 3x being divided by 3. 45 being divided by the very same 3 gives us x equal 15. So when you substitute x with 15 into this equation, it is true. 3 times 15 gives us 45. 45 subtract 3 gives us 42. All right, so here we are looking at algebra in another little way. So the selling price, which is indicated by the S, of a flower arrangement is S equals C plus P. C is the cost of production and P is profit. What is the selling price when the cost of production is $3.75 and the profit is $1.25? So pretty much you're looking at information and you're substituting it in this simple equation to figure out what your selling price is. So they gave you the value of C and they gave you the value of P. All you're doing is substituting to find what is S, which is the selling price. So let's pretty much do that. So C is $3.75 and P is $1.25. So if you add those, you would get $5. So the selling price is, for the flower arrangement, is $5. It's so easy to figure out. The profit on an item is P equal S subtract C. Now you already know what S and C and P stand for. P is profit, S is selling price, and your C is the cost of production. All right, so where C is the cost of production, no, we said that already. What is C here? $1.76 and the selling price is $5.90. Let's work it out by substituting. So we substitute S for $5.90. We substitute C for $1.76. We do the subtraction. So the profit is $4.14. So if you sell something for $5.90 and you only paid $1.76 to produce it, you would have made a profit of $4.14.